Well, hello everyone. This is Steve Reisner, your host for today's look at the week ahead for the week of 22 to 26 February 2021. Let's see if we can get started here. For those who don't know me, I'm an ex-U.S. Air Force fighter pilot with master's degrees in both computers and business. I've been an active trader since 1998 and a full-time trader since 2009. I am a technical trader, but I do use limited fundamentals, and I moderate the H&R Candlesticks trading forum from time to time, and I provide one-on-one mentoring. Stick around to the end of the presentation. I've got a few special offers for you, and let's get started. We're going to go over the economic calendar, earnings calendar. We are in the middle of earnings season. Market overview, some trade ideas, and then the special offers I promised. Here's the economic reports. If you want to gather up the latest directly, you can go to this link on Econoday, and it will show you the entire set. Now, we've got nothing that I see of real importance on Monday. Tuesday, Case-Shiller, and they do two housings at 9. Consumer confidence at 10, along with Jerome Powell. Those are, along with the Richmond Fed, those could be market moving only 30 minutes after market opens. Let's see, new home sales again on Wednesday. I like the petroleum report at 10:30 on Wednesday as well. I got a heavy list of items on Thursday. Reports, durable goods, GDP, and jobless claims. Pending home sales again, 10 o'clock, looking to see if there's a possible slowdown. Right now we've been very hot, but I believe we might start getting a slowdown as interest rates are rising. On Friday, we've got a couple of red reports out at 8:30. International trade and personal incomes, wholesale inventories, Chicago PMI, and consumer sentiment at 9:45 and at 10. Those, especially consumer sentiment, might move the market, and it's 30 minutes after the open. All right, let's go to the next slide. Here's earnings whisper, the most anticipated earnings. They aren't necessarily the be-all, end-all of that. Just watch the stocks you've got. Always check earnings. But if you want to get a full list, go over here to briefing.com and filter for the whole week, and it will give you every one day by day. And I think it's important to note whether they're before the open or after the close. A lot of programs like TC2000 only report anytime that day. I lump. Let's see here. Let's get the screen draw here. I will love the stocks that were after the close and before they open the next day. So after the close and before the open on Wednesday, Thursday. So I put those together, and then I trade, because I do not trade after hours and I don't trade pre-market. So basically these two would be on Tuesday. These two here would be on Wednesday, these two on Thursday, and these two on Friday. And if you're interested in the philosophy or whatever, check out on my YouTube channel. I do have trading earnings, and I explain that in a little more detail. Okay. I do like to watch stocks that are having earnings coming up that have more than 10% of their float short. I've shown you on FinViz to get this free. You can look at the descriptive. Next 5 days, over 750,000 with greater than 10% of the float short and over $5 in price. For those who have TC2000, you can go out here and you can. I've shared that with everyone. I'm attempting to post this out to StockTwits in a text form that you can copy over. Unfortunately, I'm having trouble posting it. I may have to I'll try again, but keep an eye out. Market overview. The hot sectors remain the same from last week. HBLC communications, XLE energy, even though we did a little bit of a pullback. Industrials, we're doing a little bit of a pullback in XLK, the technology and real estate. All right, let's go on over and look. Oops. And I'll get over there eventually. Let's look at the markets. Oh, the one thing I did want to stop off on is TC2000. Let's go to T2122. And this is the 4-week new high over new low ratio. Basically, it's a month of trading, 28 days. And when these get to the 85 to 95% area, they don't stay there forever, and we'll look for a pullback. And you can see we've had, even in the strongest of markets where we're going up and up and up, we will get these dips, and we'll dip down close to the 50 percentile, sometimes a little bit lower like we did around the end of December, first part of January, and the end of January, first part of February. We just came out of a 50% dip, went back up here. The markets are pulling back fractionally, but we're still in a solid uptrend. The blue line is the S&P 500. The green line is the T2122 in percentage of stocks making the percentage of ratio, of stocks making 4-week new highs versus over making 4-week new lows. So that will basically tell you which side of the market you ought to be on. If we're in the 70 to 80 percentile, you should be thinking of long and only longs. All right, let's go over here. Let's go back to crude oil. Crude oil's been on a tear. We did a pullback. We got up and paused at that $58 level, went up to the 60s, and then pulled back. I'm not going to go back and look a year or two right now. What's driving this market really is the fact that we're starting to come out of the COVID. There's optimism that we're going to be recovering our economies. Let's go look at gold. Gold has been in the doldrums for a while. Let's go to look at the 6-month chart. You can see where we had kind of popped up here the first part of January. We've been in a downtrend, solid downtrend ever since. I will not be thinking about going long gold until this trend is broken. All right, let's look at the overall markets. The S&P 500 been on a tear since November. Let's look at the 3-month chart. We did a dip at the end of January, and it looks like we're doing a gentle pullback here. I wouldn't see anything below 38.50. More than likely, we're going to hold about 38.75. So let's do here. Let's do a duplicate, and let's put this right up there. And let's do a duplicate of this one. Oops, duplicate drawing, and all right, 38.75. And 38.50. Probably should have had these marked before going on here, but I'm going to mark it at and show you what I do. And basically, I'm marking where the support and resistance levels would be. All right, let's go over to the Dow. Dow looks exactly like the S&P. NASDAQ, not exactly so, but pretty close. And the one that's the outlier here has been the Russell. The Russell kind of led us up from November, and it's been fairly strong. We did have a significant dip at the end of January, really, really strong. It caught up in the first part of February, and it looks like to me the 2200 level is holding, and I'm getting a stochastics RSI cross. VIX is stuck down in the doldrums here after we did the big spike up at the end of the month of February. US 10-year is new highs. This is what's starting to get some folks concerned about housing. Housing drives an awful lot of things. When people move, whether they're established families or not, a first-time buyer or not a first-time buyer, they tend to buy a lot of home goods, things like furnishings or whatever, but they also buy durable goods such as refrigerators and washing machines and the like. All right, let's go zoom on over back into our charts here. I want to go over the trade ideas. Before that, I'm going to break my arm, pat myself on the back again. Looking back, the batting average this week was, I'd consider it excellent, 75 and 100%, only two losers. The percentage of profits from this past week were either average to good. And you can see, 4% or so is not like we have done in the previous weeks, and I stated that. With the market percentage, I gladly take these results. Getting a few over the last few weeks, getting shorts or whatever. The 4-week average, longs 10%, but most of that was driven by the first couple of weeks of the month, and shorts hanging in there 2.75, and you can see right here a number of the shorts did not trigger, which is fine. A couple of longs did not trigger, and a couple of longs that did trigger just kind of crapped out. Okay, but if I could get 4 or 5% on an average every week, and this is on just stock trading, it's not using options and leverage. If you get leverage, you can probably get 15-20%, and 4% a week times 4, 16, 17% on your invested capital in every month, and multiply that over the year. I'll take that. Okay, trade ideas for this coming week. Let's. This is the list. Let's go on over to TC2000 to look at our longs. And let's go here. AMCX was on our list last week. We did not trigger, but it'll probably get a pullback here. And as long as it holds, above this $48 level and then curls back up, I'll be looking to go over the next week or two for a possible retest of this high spiky volume day where they did the run the shorts, the running of the bulls, the running of the bears, run them out of town. I'm looking for that to possibly be retested. Just don't know when. So be careful. Apps did not trigger, but I'm looking for. This is one that we've. Let's see now. I should have marked this. Okay, I've marked up the charts now. Apps here, it did a move up, did a pullback. The old J hook happening here. I'll show you what that is with a screen draw here. And up. Did our pullback. We basically hit the support and it held. And we're now in a process of moving back up to retest this level here. I think the $100 level will be a magnet. So we could expect to, go at least retest this high here and maybe even higher. All right, let's move on to Avaya. Avaya also did this J hook and it's going up. Unless we get a pullback into the $31 level, I'm going to wait until we actually do a breakout, and I'll see whether the stochastics RSI is confirming that breakout as well. Baidu. I jumped into some Baidu on Friday and I sold half here when we hit the prior swing level. You look at it here on I think a 60-minute chart shows pretty well. 30-minute chart shows well. I basically sold it here. I sold into strength. It went up higher. I still hold half, so we're good to go there. How long it's going to go up, I don't know, but right now, with stochastics just looking like it might be curling up, we could have a long ways to go. And they don't have earnings for a while, so this is based on recent earnings, I guess. BSX, Medical, Boston Scientific, I would go long around $38 and looking for a retest of the $40 level. BNHI breakout of volume, stochastics RSI is curling up, look for a continuation Maybe we'll possibly be able to do a continuation just a little bit, and maybe just a pullback, and then it start to go higher. I would love to see that. Give us a good entry. I'm not going to chase it. Not here. Crete. I'm going to wait for the breakout here around the 127 level. Stochastics RSI telling me that we just might have some follow through on that one. DCI earnings on 225, so Thursday, and it's probably going to retest this $63 level. Is it going to test that before the earnings date or not? We'll have to see. I think it just might. And volume tells me that there was some heavy volume here. Stochastics is not all that great. MGM, looking for the breakout, going to follow it and see what happens with the breakout. You got one or two scenarios. Maybe initiate a partial position on the breakout and see what it does, but maybe wait for the retest of this breakout at some point. Nemura medical devices got three levels. If we get up over about this 8.25 level, we could go up and retest 975, and the ultimate target would be around 11. I traded PIN on Friday. I traded it intraday. I took a couple $100 in two contracts that I had, and look at it on a 30-minute chart. I went long when it went past over about 118. It got up to the prior swing level twice. The first time it got up there, I sold. The second time, I was a little bit leery, and as it started pulling back, I said, you know what, it's not going to break out yet. So I sold. I would wait till see what we had over the weekend. I'm somewhat loath to hold over earnings or on weekends, so I sold out. And if it breaks out over this level, I can expect it to go up to around the high 120s. Redfin looking for a follow-up. Looks like good volume on Friday. Stochastics RSI started to curl up, but it wasn't a V bottom. So will it stop at 100 or 100-ish, maybe 105? Don't know. Have to wait and see. TNA, the bull shares ETF for small caps. Looks like we're going to get a retest, I believe, of this 105 level. TPR, Tapestry. I'm going to look for a breakout. The curling of the Stochastics RSI will give me a high probability that the breakout will be successful. The home builders, if you wanted to jump in here around $64, that wouldn't be such a bad thing, taking half off the table when it gets to 65 and see if we get follow through. And the last long here is Yelp over about 36.40, 36.50. Target would be around $50 if you look at, I believe it's a 30-minute chart or a 60-minute chart. They show up, or even the 2-hour chart. They show up quite well. All right, let's move on over to the charts. All right, let's get this in here. ABCL, a fairly new issue, and I think it wants to come back down here and retest this 36.75-ish area. We were in a solid downtrend, and we failed there. We could rapidly go down. Anthem healthcare plans. It's been on my list and watch list for about 3 weeks now. Has not triggered yet, but we have a consolidation going on in this, and we'd poop out of the box if we got down to the bottom. If it goes higher, I am not going long, but I'll let it actually change to an uptrend before I would do that. Booz Allen, I am short. I am still short, looking for a retest around the $75 level. DBA, I'm short, still short, looking for a retest around the 200, around 95 bucks. I'll take money off the table, and if we get above probably 103 or so like that, I might just take part off the table, or if we get a spike down on Monday on that one, I might take partial profits and whatever, so that I increase the probability that I'll maintain a positive value in that. DXC, even though it's right hanging on the 50 right here, I believe that this one, if it can get below about 25, has the possibility to get below 23. If it gets above that, one could consider a long up to 28, 29. So it's in kind of no man's land at the moment. GoDaddy did not bounce. The original plan last week when it was on the list was possible bounce up to the 88.25, 88.50 level and go short. It never did that. So now I'm lowering the go level. I want it to actually bounce up here into the 86s and then roll over. And my first target would be somewhere around the $80 or even maybe the $78 level. GoPro. I took off half off the table when it got down and gapped up a little bit on and started running against me on Friday. But I'm still short the half. If I get above, 8.5 or so, I'm probably going to cover it. And I'll probably end up getting close to a wash. I'm going to wait for a bounce on Hologic. Had a horrible, horrible day on Friday. It's been in an uptrend. It's still in an uptrend. If we can get a bounce up here into the, high 70s or so, that would set ourselves up for a move lower. Without the bounce, I'm not really all that interested in going short because where in the world would I put my stop? I can look at a 2-hour chart. It doesn't give me much of anything. I don't see a shelf up except right in here in the high 70s in the 60-minute chart, and a 30-minute I don't see much of it anyway. So I usually don't go below a 60-minute chart on a swing trade. Kennametal, I am still short. It triggered late last week, I think on Thursday. I'm looking for either the retest of 34 and the retest of the test of the 200. My bomb out or stop level is around 37.40. Monster, new value. We get below this $89 level. I didn't mark that one up. Let's see here. Get below that level, then I'm going to be looking at probably retesting this area right in here around the rising 100. Oh, what are we looking at? 86 to 86, $7, somewhere around there. PKG, looking for a drop out of the box. And this little, poop out of the box down here. And I'm going to pick up the latest here. Where could it drop to? Well, we're probably talking close to the 200. Maybe first target would be down in here. I'd reevaluate it when it got there around 123 and a half. State Street looking like a short. If we come out of the gate short, lower on Monday. The first target, unfortunately, is a little on the tight side. I'm seeing we've got this area over here and this area here kind of around 70, so we don't have a whole lot in it. I'd like maybe a move down to 70 and then a bounce back up towards 72, 73, and then a rollover. It reports in April, so we have a little bit of time on that one, but it's basically, if we look at a 5-day weekly chart, it's kind of going nowhere. 3-day chart, again, going nowhere. So basically saying we're in kind of no man's land for that one. T-Moose, I'm still short. I went short early last week when we broke. I went back up. Now it looks like on Friday we were starting to roll over. I'm still quite hopeful that 116 or so will get touched. VRNT, that should not be on my list. That should not be on my list. I am going to take that out. And WST, we could go short, but I'm going to need a bounce first. I'm going to need a bounce up to hopefully this level here around 285 or so. So a move back up. Let's do this. So a move back up here. Let's change that color. Edit. Make it green. Okay, and then That's why I'm helping. If I don't get that bounce, I really can't chase it. Let's go look at the 2-hour chart. You see how we've got the resistance up here, but I don't see anything. Well, I guess you've got something at 285. 285 could work. So we can lower that a little bit to there. All right, so the bounce could be a little bit shorter than that. And that is the last one on our list. Let's go back over to the slides. All right, I said if you stuck around, I have a couple of special offers for you. Hit Run Candlesticks membership. A special offer. It includes daily market video trade ideas. You get trade alert by phone, text, trading education, member-only workshops, and e-learning archives. Want to brag a little bit about how well Rick has done in that room, in that service. In about 4.5 to 5 months, he's done around 193%, growing a $10,000 account to almost 30 grand. Okay, and Right Way Options, their membership includes a market video every morning. It also puts out trade alerts. There's a lot of really fantastic options education. Doug Campbell does it's probably one of the best options trader I have ever run across in my 20 plus years of trading. He does lots of member only workshops. He has a lot of archives on how to trade on options. Let's see, get this going. Either one of those, Hit and Run Candlesticks or Right Way Options. For $49, you get a 30-day trial. And if you want to sign up, you can go to Hit and Run Candlesticks, use this link here, and Right Way Options is a shortcut link for both of them. All right, the final special offer is live trading alerts. It is a professional scanning and alerting technology for the retail trader. It is priced for the retail trader, and it's as customizable as any that I've ever seen. Rick and I were members and subscribers to a service that was over twice the price and provided, I think, half the functionality. This one, developed by Ed, is absolutely fantastic, and it's totally customizable. You can find the right trade set up at the right time. If you want to find out more, follow this link over here that I've got here for Top Gun Trading, and you can get a 14-day free trial if you use this link right here. I would ask that you use this link because I will get a little bit of an attaboy, a minor stipend kickback if you use that, and I appreciate it. If you want to find out more, or whether you're a member or not, let's see. Yeah, every Wednesday, Ed has a free webinar at 2 p.m. No password required. Go to the welcome page down here below and log into the room. As far as support, Ed's there every market trading day from 9:30 to 4. All right, now, what I would say here is that your live scan for your setups and your patterns, and if you need a little bit of help on trying to put something together, Ed will be more than happy to help you out. All right, kind of wrapping things up. If you want to follow along with me, I'm on StockTwits at StockTwits/Top Gun Trading. At YouTube, that's where I post a lot of my videos, in fact, all of my videos. And YouTube/Top Gun Trading. And my email is topguntrading2@gmail.com. Someone that has Top Gun Trading. That silly bugger is not even using it, and I can't get them to respond or release it to me. And if you're interested in any coaching, you can follow along this link or go to the Hit and Run Candlesticks and go under coaching. All right. Want to remind everybody to be safe, be smart, both in the markets and with the COVID out there. All right. We'll see you guys again next week. Take care.